You ever walk into a supermarket and just feel completely lost? You're not alone. It's a total jungle out there with all the different claims and promises on every package. So, okay, let's dive in and try to cut through some of that noise together.
Oh, you know the drill. It's like every product is screaming at you from the shelves. On one side, you have things shouting about what they're without. No additives, no GMOs, playing on all our fears. And right next to them, you have foods bragging about what they're with, packed with omega-3s or vitamins that promise to make you a superhero. It's a marketing frenzy, and honestly, it just leaves you feeling more confused than ever, right?
So that's what we're going to tackle in this explainer. We're going to cut through all that chaos and talk about how to find some real clarity in what you eat, moving past all the hype and toward what actually works for long-term health.
All right, so first things first, let's talk about those labels on the front of the box. You know the ones, the little traffic lights, the ABC grades. They're supposed to make things simple, but are they really helping?
What you're looking at here are two totally different ways of thinking about this. On the left, you've got systems like Nutri-Score. It's super simple. Green is good, red is bad. The goal is pretty much to tell you, hey, maybe don't buy this one. But then on the right, you have something like Nutra-Informed Battery. And notice, there are no colors, no grades. Its whole goal is to just inform you, to educate. It shows you what's in a single serving and how that fits into your whole day. So it's not saying, don't eat this. It's saying, here's the info, you make the call.
And this is where it gets kind of tricky, and it shows the central flaw. Many of these scores are based on a 100-gram standard. But think about it. Who's eating 100 grams of olive oil in one sitting? Literally nobody. So a super healthy fat like olive oil can end up getting a bad score. Meanwhile, a frozen pizza might get a nice green A rating for a tiny 100-gram slice. You and I both know we're probably eating the whole 500-gram pizza. So that healthy choice suddenly isn't so healthy. It's a huge loophole.
And that really gets to the core of it, doesn't it? Many experts argue that the only real way to make people healthier in the long run isn't to create a big list of bad foods to avoid. It's about giving us the tools, the knowledge, to actually understand our food. It's got to be about education, not just telling us no.
Okay, so if simple labels aren't the magic bullet, then what is? Well, a lot of people are finding the answer by looking backwards, by looking at cultural approaches that have worked for centuries.
Yeah, when most of us hear Mediterranean diet, our brains immediately jump to a list of foods, right? Olive oil, fish, vegetables. But that's really missing the point. The real Mediterranean diet isn't a diet at all. It's a lifestyle. It's a whole cultural pattern that's about so much more than just what's on your plate. It's about how you cook, who you share your meals with, and how you move your body. It's the whole package.
So how do you actually do that? Well, it kind of boils down to a few key ideas. 1. Prioritize food that's fresh, in season, and grown nearby. 2. Keep the cooking simple. Let the ingredients do the talking, and make olive oil your go-to fat. 3. And this one is huge. Share your food. Eating is supposed to be social, a time for connection. And last but not least, move your body. Not crazy intense workouts, just moderate, regular activity baked right into your daily life.
See the difference in philosophy here? It's not about what you can't have, it's all about what you can add to your life. More fresh food, more movement, more time with friends and family. It's a positive way of thinking, which, let's be honest, is way more effective and fun than a diet based on fear and saying no all the time.
All right, let's zoom out for a second, because this whole food thing, it's not just about our own choices at the grocery store. It's a massive global challenge, and it's full of some really surprising contradictions. Experts call this the double burden of malnutrition, and it's a wild idea. In many parts of the world, sometimes even in the same community, you can have people who are starving living right next to people who are struggling with obesity. They seem like opposite problems, but they both come from the same root cause: poor nutrition.
And field research shows this playing out all over the world. In some regions of Latin America, for example, diets can become really monotonous. Heavy on rice, unhealthy fats, sugary drinks, and almost no vegetables. Then you go to parts of rural Africa, and you might see diets that are mostly just grains, which means kids aren't getting the protein and vitamins they desperately need to grow properly.
But here's the hopeful part. The solutions can be incredibly powerful. There was this one project in Ethiopia, for instance. They looked at a daycare where the kids were eating a diet high in grains, but not much else. So they made a simple change. They just added 3 eggs and 3 glasses of milk a week, plus some daily veggies like carrots. And the result? A huge, measurable improvement in the children's health and growth. It just shows that targeted, smart changes can make a world of difference. When you step back and look at the whole planet,
the number is just staggering. It's estimated that nearly 1/3 of all people on Earth are dealing with some form of malnutrition, whether that's hunger, a lack of essential vitamins, or obesity. It's a complex crisis that needs more than just food. It needs better nutrition.
So, where is all this headed? What does the future of nutrition look like? Well, it seems like it's about to get really, really personal. You know that frustrating feeling, right? Your friend tries a new diet and has amazing results. You try the exact same thing and nothing. Why is that? For the longest time, we just didn't have a good answer. But now, scientists are finding clues in a really unexpected place, your gut.
Yep, we're talking about your gut microbiota. It's basically this bustling city of trillions of bacteria living inside your intestines. And this ecosystem is totally unique to you, like a fingerprint. The research coming out is just mind-blowing. They found that by looking at a person's gut bacteria, scientists can actually predict if their body will respond better to white bread or whole wheat bread. How crazy is that?
So what this all means is that we are right on the edge of a total revolution. Imagine a future where your dietary advice isn't some generic guideline for everyone, but instead it's tailored specifically to you, your genes, and your unique gut bacteria. That's the exciting promise of personalized nutrition.
Ultimately, what all of this brings us back to is a much bigger idea. From the social traditions of the Mediterranean to the microscopic world in our gut, the story of health is about so much more than just calories. It's about culture, community, activity, and this deep personal connection to our food. So the question to leave you with is this: are we just filling our stomachs, or are we truly nourishing our whole lives?